Hello friends, welcome to my channel. It's Sean from Seankbeauty, and this is Seank's Beauty Bar, where we grab from the bar and discuss all things beauty. Hi, hello to anyone who is new. We hope you would subscribe here. Seank's Beauty Bar is simply you leaving your comments down in the comment section below, and I feature them here on this segment of Seank's Beauty Bar. What we do is on Mondays, Makeup Mondays, where we do makeup tutorials and discuss everything related to makeup news and all that good jazz. And then on Tuesday, we do Topical Tuesday. I bring my scientific background in biochemistry and microbiology to your questions. We look at ingredients and we really discuss the benefits and disadvantages of products. Then we're going to go into Foundation Fridays, where we talk about throwbacks. I try on what's coming, what's different, what's here, and you make your best informed decision whether or not you want to go after this foundation or that foundation. So if this sounds like a community you want to be a part of, we do love to love people here. So let's jump right into this question because it's a good one and I'm bringing my science to this. All right, the infamous question about apple cider vinegar. Is this something I should be drinking or putting on my face? Now, let's go into the background behind apple cider vinegar before you determine whether or not you want to use this on your face, okay? Because that's one of the things that I want my community to be well versed on, the fundamentals of things, the root of things, because once you know the root, you'll know, is this something I should be doing or I should be staying away from? The internet is endued with so much information, and sometimes that can work to our benefit, but it also can work to our disadvantage, because a lot of the times we're talking about opinions as opposed to really solid facts. So that's why I wanted to do Topical Tuesdays, because I want to give you all facts. So let's get into this. This question is coming from the beautiful Linda, and this is about apple cider vinegar. Is it really good for us to use it on our skin? What does it really do for us? So what is apple cider vinegar? It is fermented apple juice. It is where yeast converts the sugars into alcohol or juice, and then bacteria further along creates a conversion of that fermented juice into an acidic acid. And that's what this is, acetic acid. That is where we get our apple cider vinegar. Very sour, but still adds a lot of really great taste to your foods and when you're cooking with it. Now, I have apple cider vinegar, and as you can see, I've had this for a good bit, and I use a little bit of it to put on my salads, and pretty much my salads. That's really what I use it to make salad dressing. But let's go right into the pH of your skin. We're going to talk about the skin, then we're going to go into the body. The pH of our skin is between a 5.5 if you're a woman and a 6 if you're a man. So they tell you to get products between a 4.5 and a 6, because the microbiomes on our skin, which is a community of microorganisms that are helpful, they're there as the guards. They're warding off any harmful, contaminants in the atmosphere, like radicals. They prevent harmful bacteria and fungi from accumulating on the skin. So when they are at optimal performance is when you're using products between that pH of 4.5 to a 6. Apple cider vinegar is actually a pH of a 2 to 3. That means it's very acidic. What does that mean for you if you use this on your skin? That means that you're taking your acidic mantle into a stripping phase, and that's what apple cider vinegar or acids that are really low on the pH scale will actually do to the acidic mantle. It will strip it. When you start stripping your skin's acidic mantle is where you end up with acne. Also, it dries the skin, and so the sebaceous glands at the very bottom of the skin start to produce oils. And I'm giving you this in its simplest terms so that you can convey this information to someone else, right? We don't want to get too scientific and go into jargon where I get you lost. So I'm going to really explain this in a way that it's so simple. Let's think of when we use an acid on anything. Let's talk about hydrochloric acid, right? HCl. When we put that on anything, it peels away. So people are using the apple cider vinegar as a chemical peel to peel away the top layer of the skin so that you can resurface and have this beautiful layer of fresh skin underneath. And that's why they're using it as an exfoliant, as a chemical peel. So that's what the acetic acid is doing. The problem with this is when you don't know the dilution factors involved, whether it's 2 parts, 3 parts, 1 part, and that is actually what really should be happening when you're using apple cider vinegar to water. Depending on your skin type, you can literally strip the skin. Now let's think about when we take acid and we've peeled away the old skin and we go out into the sun. The sun is such a beautiful thing when we are in it for the 10 to 15 minute time period. But when we stay there too long after we've already stripped the skin, or even in a short period of time when we've stripped the skin, what happens is that layer of fresh skin now is so susceptible to inflammation, blistering of the skin. It also makes the skin super duper sensitive, right? And you end up with deeper hyperpigmentation. So do dermatologists recommend this? No, they don't recommend using apple cider vinegar because it is too strong of an acid. And if you're going to want to use something with malic or acetic acid, which this has, you would actually just grab a product off the shelf that is for skincare where concentrations are ideal for using on the skin. If you're being a lab rat in your own home, and I talk about this a lot, you're susceptible to so much skin damage. And the one thing I don't want for my friends here on this platform is to really get yourself susceptible to skin damage by listening to everybody on the internet. Okay, there is no real hard evidence that proves that apple cider vinegar is really great for the skin. More times than not, it's more damaging to the skin. Is what we do now that tells the story down the road, that lets us know what we were doing in the early phases of our life was wrong. So we want to stay away from this. Does it have its health benefits? It absolutely does. But dermatologists will tell you when it comes to using it topically, you really want to stay away from using this when you really don't know what you're doing, especially when you're not understanding how the dilution factors work and if you really need to be using this at all. For sensitive skin and dry skin, dermatologists recommend that you do not use apple cider vinegar at all. And I am a scientist and I say, stay away from this on the skin. Okay, there's a lot of great products out there. And you all know, and my subscribers know how much I love them very, very much. And the one thing I always say when it comes to chemical peels, anything that's really strong, seek an esthetician or dermatologist. And with chemical peels, go to an esthetician and have that done, because if anything happens, they know exactly what to do, whether they're grabbing a neutralizing agent to get that off the skin and what to use next to really bring that healing quickly to the skin. When you're in your house and you don't have any idea because you're just listening to an influencer tell you this is the next best chemical peel that you should do in-house, and then God forbid something goes wrong and you don't know what to do next, then you're susceptible to major skin damage that may be irreversible. So let's stay away from apple cider vinegar on the skin. All right, now let's talk about it internally. What does it do? Now, again, no hard evidence that proves that apple cider vinegar is, really great with health benefits, except for those that are borderline diabetics or have diabetes. It is said to slow down the digestive rate so that, the absorption doesn't happen so quickly and your glucose levels doesn't spike. So insulin levels won't spike when you start eating food, this would actually slow down that absorption rate and prevent the insulin levels from spiking quickly. So that's the benefit there. However, there are so many issues surrounding apple cider vinegar. Again, this is really acidic, guys. When you swash this around to clean teeth, which people are doing, this actually eats away at the enamel of your teeth. When you drink this, the acid in this will actually compromise your esophageal area, your esophagus. It will also cause nausea, compromising or even thinning the lining of the stomach. So causing H. pylori, which is harmful bacteria, to have its way in the stomach area. Remember, we have good and we have bad bacteria in the stomach. When you use something like an apple cider vinegar and you drink this, what you're doing is you're killing off the good bacteria and you're causing the bad bacteria to be able to thrive. So H. pylori is one of them that will go and wreak havoc in the intestinal lining of the stomach, and you'll end up with gastro problems or GI problems. It is also one that compromises the potassium level. Potassium is one that we need for, our bodies to function properly, for the nerves to function properly. And if this is interfering with the potassium levels, we definitely want to stay away from this. Another thing that this does is it interferes with medication. So if you're taking medications for heart issues, for example, this interferes with that and compromises the efficacy of that medication. Again, there's just a lot of disadvantages with drinking apple cider vinegar. Now, if you dilute it in water, which some people have done, and people claim that it does help with weight loss, but there's not enough evidence to prove that. There has been scientific proof that it did, bring about weight loss in mice. Okay, now here's the thing. A rat and its physiology is much different from ours. So we can't base what is happening in rats that's going to happen for us. So, that is not conclusive enough to say this is going to help me to lose weight. There was a study that had people drinking 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar every day, and it did nothing. Then they did another study where it only caused people to lose like a third of a pound. I mean, that's not really significant. I would say, have a healthy diet, exercise. I'm having to do it. I think you guys should do it too. It makes you feel good when you're doing it that route, as opposed to expecting this to be a miracle cure. So hopefully, Linda, this answers your question. It is by wisdom that kings rule and nobles declare right things. And it is a lack of wisdom where the people perish. Again, this channel is about informing you, giving you facts and principles and truths so that you can make better informed decisions. So I would say, if you want to use this for cooking and in your salad dressings, yes, but to go ahead and just drink this down or put on a cotton pad and put on the face, I would say don't do that. Stay away from that. So, the next time you're going down the condiment aisle, just look at this as what it is, a condiment. Anyway, to each his own. You guys can do what you want, but again, I would be doing a disservice if I don't give you truth. I love you all very much. And again, let's keep ourselves better informed and very knowledgeable of the things we're doing, and take the things that we're seeing and reading on the internet with a grain of salt. I love you all so much, and I'll see you on Friday for Foundation Fridays, because it's going to be a good one. I love you. Bye-bye.